MKTUSA, MedfordKnife.com. Wait a minute. Did it just go broadcast live while I was in the middle of my intro? Hey, you filthy animals. Greg Medford, Medford Knife, and MKTUSA. MedfordKnife.com, MedfordKnife/live. Medford Knife on Facebook, Instagram, Etsy. Are we on Etsy? I don't know. Monkey fuck, ass slap. Guys, all kinds of stuff going on. I want to tell you about another Chinese scam that's going on. This is unbelievable. This is unbelievable the way this is going down. I can't believe this is happening, but I'm going to let you in on it so you know about it. You can hear it here first at Medford Knife the Tool at Greg News. GregNews.com. There is a big little scam going on out of China. It's gigantic. If you get online and you order, hey Douglas, you get online and you order toilet paper, you could have a big problem. Now, folks, my hands aren't that big. I've got big hands, but they're not that big. Like, can you hold a roll of toilet paper and paw it? Not unless you're Shaquille O'Neal. Speaking of which, what does Shaquille O'Neal use for toilet paper? Does he use like Bounty, the quicker picker-upper? He's got like a toilet paper roll that's Bounty. This? What are you supposed to do with this? No wonder the third world smells. This is their idea of a roll of toilet paper. Fucking commies. Yeah, so I was berating China. I was just down looking at some marble because I'm redoing this counter and I needed to pick out a hunk of marble. And the guy asked me, I basically said I had a bug in my ass about China, and he asked why. Well, I didn't even notice the guy was some kind of Asian. And I went off on China in a really respectful way. What's up, Anchorage? Eric Lope. So listen, don't fall for this business. This is a roll of toilet paper it's tiny. I was going to be like, guys, check out my big fucking hands. You're going to do a little tiny roll of toilet paper. They're saying, we've got giant rolls of toilet paper. They've got huge bundles of toilet paper, bundles of little tiny rolls of toilet paper. I was going to do an unboxing real quick. I know Billy wants me to. Hey, can I get a sound check? How is this sound off of this off of these earpods? Is it pretty decent? Guys, give me a heads up. Let me know. Anybody? Bueller. Oh, hold on. Yeah.
The window guy's here, and your truck is on the way.
Okay. Hey Jeffrey?
Jeff can move it. Give me the keys. I'll move
Yeah.
it.
Thanks. Window guy's here. My fucking Jeep's in the way. Listen, guys, there's so many developments. The New York Times is even reporting. When is everybody going to back off the narrative that we needed to shut down? Look, if you pull off the biggest economic disaster in human history, how do you spin that to be a win? It's a red herring argument. They're going to say, it was awful, but we saved you. The experts all said millions were going to die, but we saved you. That's what's going to happen. Fucking Coke Zero. A Coke Zero fan. Let's see what we've got here. Oh, guys. This is from SK Tools. Now, ever since this China ship, I've been very American-made for a long time, but I've had my wrenches for a long time. I decided, I started looking. For a lot of years now, everything's been being made in China, okay? These, these NBAs, like this booty gag, butt gag, whatever this guy's name was, the gay dude, the gay mayor, the gayer from Indiana. Was he Indiana? Maybe Iowa. I don't know. They got a gayer back out there that ran for president. Anyways, that the lightweight homosexual candidate, that guy. Now, when I say homosexual, I don't mean that in a negative way. I just mean it in a descriptive way. If I say there were like 80 people running for fucking president, if I say the gay one from the Midwest, everybody goes, "Oh yeah, butt gag." So this buddy gag guy, he was one of these consultant whiz kids after he was a Rhodes Scholar. Oh, I love Indiana is actually one of my favorite states. I love Indiana. Anyways, these fuckers from these consultants from these consultant groups, the whiz kids get out of Harvard and they don't have a job yet. They don't want to out and get a job in the real world. They want to do all this consulting because they're fucking geniuses. They convinced everybody the thing to do is become a drug dealer. And when I say drug dealer, it's a metaphor for let's sell stuff for a profit margin that you should only make when you're selling illegal drugs like cocaine. And what happens is, I imagine, you sell some cocaine, you get addicted to easy fucking money. It's a lot of money. So what they did is they said, geez, you know, all you companies out here making weed whackers and making lawnmowers and making wheels and making ball bearings and making knives, you guys, really, you're good designers and you have a distribution channel. This is their pitch, because I've been pitched this. You shouldn't be making knives. That's not what Americans should be doing. I mean, what American really wants to work in a dirty factory? Well, certainly not Harvard MBA that's working for a consulting group. That's not what they want to do. But a lot of Americans like making stuff. So they basically came to all these corporations, and these are companies, I'm going to say, between 100 and 1,000 employees. I would say small to medium capitalized little ventures out in America. And they came along and said, here's what we'll do. We'll put together a package. And you're a company that does, let's say, you do 10 million a year in sales. Let's say you do 100 million a year in sales. You do 100 million a year in sales and your profit's a couple $1 million. Well, we're going to have you do 100 million in sales next year, but your profit's going to be 80 million. We're going to offload all of your heavy expenses, your building overhead, your employees, your machinery. We're going to help you consult that off to China. We'll teach them how to do the work. So now everything you've worked for a couple of generations or last 40 years or 20 years, worked really hard to gain this kind of tribal knowledge. We're going to give it to them because Americans don't really need those jobs. Those are awful. And then what you'll do is you can focus on what you do, which is build your network and build your distribution network and design cool new things. Then we'll have the Chinese make it. They can be our little yellow slaves. And then when they send it back here, it'll be so cheap. You're going to make 4 times as much profit. Now, what we're going to do, 5 times as much profit. We're going to be able to 5-fold on everything you buy over there. So if you're going to sell it to a distributor here for $60, you're going to get it out of there for $5. I'm sorry, for $10 or $12. That's what's been going on. You want to know cost structure? That's how it works. When you see a $180 knife that's made in Asia, that knife costs about $12 to $15. You want to know how much it costs? Get on Alibaba and look at the knockoffs and look at their shit knives that they offer on Alibaba. 12, 15, 18, 13, 16, 4, 9, 7. That's what all the major American knife companies buy their knives for. Then they make a 500 to 700% markup to themselves, and they sell it to their distributor. Their distributor makes a much smaller 16 or 18% margin, and then the reseller likes to keystone and double their money because they've got all the employees and the brick and mortar overhead and costs of marketing. Economics 101, no mystery. Greg, don't tell the secrets. Hey, this is the way all business works. So we've been on a little kick. And the part so what these consultants do is they say, what would your business be worth on the open market? What would your brand be worth if your profit margin, instead of being 2 to 3 million, was 80 million? And the guy's jaw goes conk, and he says, I'll do it, because anybody will do anything for $80 million. Just about. So They say, well, here's what we'll do. We'll put the deal together and we'll do a promote for a buy. We want a 6% commission on the back end. We want 3% to put the deal together, or we want 5% of the ownership. And they walk with some combined 10% of 100 million, 10 million for pulling the deal off. And what they've done is they've hustled your tribal American knowledge off to another country, and it's hard to get it back because it takes generations to build a team of knowledgeable craftsmen that self-grows, self-perpetuates, and self-teaches. They've offloaded the skill set. They've brought all the profit in, and it's good for a flash in the pan. Works for a year or two. They torpedo the brand, which is now Chinese made. They disrupt the supply chains. They diminish the steel manufacturer and mills here in the United States. They diminish all the subordinate suppliers because those guys don't get to sell the material anymore. And your smart little consultant from Harvard or wherever, from the MBA school there, working for some consulting firm, they walk off with a pile of money. They retire. They really want to hang out in the Hamptons with all their fucking friends. And they've raped your company and they've raped your country for a quick buck. That's what's happened. It's happened everywhere. Now, I've been fighting against this like crazy, and everything I said is coming true. It's almost like I saw this coming before it happened. But sometimes you just get lucky. I got a little of both. Now, let's talk about this American-made wrench. I've been trying to get rid of Chinese-made stuff for quite a while. I got these really nice Ernst Wright scissors. These things, I waited almost a year for them. They're fantastic. If you get a chance, just to open and close them. I've had these for quite a while. They're like, it makes it a joy to cut stuff. What can I say? I'm a tool user. So this is an American-made company, SK Tools. I'm just opening up the box right now. What I did was I wanted to check out the ratchet. We've got some airbag. Got the ratchet. I got a 1/4-inch drive ratchet. It says SK on the outside. It's in a kind of plastic wrap. This is some serious no frills packaging. Made in the USA. What's up? Oh. God, that's pleasing. Now I've got the ratchet out. Now let's look at this thing. Oh, it's pretty nice. It's got the smallest angular increment I've ever seen in a wrench. Action on it's really tight. Got a nice crisp ratcheting sound, which I really like. It's got a real positive. It's funny. The selector lever is lame. The selector lever is just plain. So this has got all this polish, and maybe it's hard chromed or whatever. I don't know what they do on the outside. And then here, you got your selector for righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. And it's just, look at the finish on it. So this super bugs me. Now, maybe they've got some reason for this. They've got this beautiful tool, and then they've got this unfinished button on it. I think that doesn't make sense to me. Now, to give you an idea, I spent for this, and I'm going to rail on American companies, and I will promote them as well. So this is SK Tools out of Sycamore, Illinois. This is their this is their part number 80180, 1/4-inch drive, 1/4-inch ratchet drive, SK. I'm gonna get Jeff in here because he bought some stuff too. I don't have maybe he might have some sockets. Hold on a second. Hey Jeff, bring your tools in, would you? Did you get any 1/4 drive sockets? Bring those, would you? Come check them out. So we've been on a buying kit, and he's a little more exploratory than I am. I like to try one thing out. What do you think of this wrench? Check it out. He's gonna, here, hop in camera over here, would you, so everyone can see you? Nice so far, right? Yeah. Except no release button. Usually they have a release button if you buy a Taiwan-made one. It's expensive, that's why. Put that little button that releases a bearing. You know, it's 3 more little operations in spring.
SK.
I know.
I know we're paying for this stuff.
Look at this. What do you think of that switch?
It looks like it's an afterthought.
I know. Isn't that weird?
Fuck, dude, this isn't fucking cool.
And that's an expensive little fucking tool. You know how much that thing was?
Well, yeah, let me show you this one. That's a fucking piece.
So we've just bought some American tools, guys, and we're working really hard to do this American thing. But like, here's my challenge to SK: unless there's some reason for this to just be raw, tumbled, and not finished, like I'm calling them out. Like, well, look, we're spending money buying American. I mean, what the fuck? Why is that lever not shiny and finished? Selector made in China. I actually don't think it is.
That would be disappointing.
These are crazy USA.
Yeah, no. These two, we did a lot of research before we.
There's really only 2 ratchet makers in the United States.
Yeah, a lot of these, like Proto's owned by Icon, I think, or Ideal Tool Company, but Wright is based out of Illinois. S&K is.
Oh, hey, you were asking me about those scissors.
Oh, these are the Ernest Wrights?
Yeah. Just open and close them.
No, I know. These I have them on order. They're on fucking shutdown because of this C19 bullshit.
I mean, here, slice a piece of paper with it.
Made by fucking hand, too. They only have 2. They're called Put Togetherers. That's their title.
Put Together. I watched the little documentary. Yeah.
Yeah, I have the 11-inch ones coming.
So I got those, and then I got the ones for. Doesn't it have a nice action?
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's like the swing on our fucking head.
They hand tune those blades to each
I
other.
watched like a 25-minute documentary.
Yeah, with that quiet music in the background.
Yeah,
it was
even
really
though they're not American made.
They're English. They're our allies. They're our mother country.
It's still fuck China, which is all that matters.
So this is the Wright Tool Company, WRIGHT, like the Wright brothers. And I got one of these. Jeff got one of these. And I was using mine on the truck last night. I was tightening up my exhaust flange for my headers. I was tightening my headers. So it's kind of a little bit more tool than you need. Worked really nicely, no complaints. Now that one has got a really tiny little angular engagement. Feel how small each increment is.
Yeah, I can feel it. Yeah, it's which makes sense for 1/4 inch. You're not putting fucking high heat through this.
But it's a little tiny amount. It's really nice. I mean, so it feels like a nice wrench. Yeah. But why would you make that wrench and then do that?
That's disappointing.
Like, what am I missing?
There must be a reason.
There's got to be a reason because it's so half-assed. So if there's anybody out there at SK Tools who wants to explain this, get in the doobly-doo. You can call me. My name's Greg Medford. I'm a fucking lunatic fringe knife maker, Trump supporter out in Phoenix, Arizona. My number is 480-227-2399. And tell me why this wrench, which costs more than an entire Chinese set of wrenches, which I'm fine with, tell me why it has an unfinished lever on it. And why don't we put a release button on it like my other wrenches? It could be, except you need your tools to wipe off clean. So it might be that. Maybe it is, but you know what you do is you make a nice little button that has some knobs, some ridges on it. So you put a finish on it. You don't leave stuff raw unless you're in the knife business. Guys want that. What do you got there? All right, so this is a same company as this little guy. The jury's out on that little fucker, I'll tell you. Maybe one of them will get back to me and say, besides you being a dick, Medford.
These are supposed to be the big deal. 6 balls.
All right, so come over here, get over here and screen me. So Jeff just got these, and these. Jeff, can you give us an idea what these cost?
Oh, they were. I got the bill. Right here. They were $300 maybe.
So this is a $300 set of box end wrenches. Is that what they were? Oh shit.
Yeah, that's the one that has the smallest arc in the industry at 1.7 degrees, has 6 pawls. So every time, anywhere in the ratcheting action, 2 balls are interfacing. They have a super cool video.
Guys, this is what a really nice wrench looks like. Now this is SK, the same company I was just breaking the balls of. It's got a beautiful finish on it all over. It looks like you could break bolts with this thing. And then what's interesting about this is the little bit in here that follows your ratcheted, sprockety looking radius is called a pawl. It's a little follower thing. It's the little part that clicks, right? Their thing in the industry is they've got 6 of them. So instead of 1 or 2 of them having to bear the brunt of all the strength, they have 6 of them. And then the 6 that they have are all slightly indexed. They're not all in sync. So it's got the smallest angular reset in the business.
Yeah, 1.7 degree swing.
So this got
arc swing in the industry.
so less than 2 degrees of rotation, and you can engage another pawl on the circle.
Yeah,
and
at any given time, 2 are always engaged.
So that you can reach far in, get a hold of something, and just little tiny motions tighten stuff up. Anyways, pretty cool. So this is a promo for SK Tools. 216 positions, just like a stripper that I knew. These are great wrenches. 216 positions on the 1.7 degrees. So this is pretty neat. We thought we would unbox some American-made stuff. So there you go. SK Tools and Wright Tools. Now Wright, they don't specialize in automotive type tools for like shopping around your garage working on your car. Their tools are for heavy industry, big pipes, oil and gas, municipal. They make big heavy duty wrenches. So I couldn't even get, nobody was stocking a quarter drive. We drove 25 miles to get American made. And then I bought this one from SK. Oh, Billy's got their website pulled up here. We're forging something stronger than any tool. Respect.
Yeah, no,
We really like that's sweet. So I'm not sure about this switch on this thing.
What's this?
Did you?
First time.
Isn't that crazy?
It's inside. So
Yeah.
There's a fixed piece on the outside.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
That's a really cool wrench, which you may never use, but super cool.
No, I'm gonna fucking use it tonight on something.
I mean, I'd like to find something to use it on, but I can see this wrench. I can see these wrenches at like Indy.
Yeah.
Guy reaches over and he can tighten something down inside there a little bit. Pretty cool. All right, thanks, Jeff. What else you got? I'll let you take your wrenches back. These are sweet, dude. I mean,
It's just I'm trying to get something every week.
So he's really trying to. We're both trying to kind of do this obsessively American-made thing. What did we come up with? Did we decide like 80%? If we could get 80% of our life American-made, that would be pretty bitchin'.
Yeah, that'd be a good start.
And then we're not being xenophobic about this. We're okay. Last resort is Taiwan. Second, like Taiwan is not China. Taiwan is actually a thorn in the side of China. So if we can be antagonistic to China and support a little Taiwan, we're kind of okay with that, but we've been trying to pull it back to American. I got 2 drops of piss in my pants with that stripper. Craig. They're so small, I get balls deep into reading them, and I'm like, oh shit, I shouldn't read that. Yeah, so we'll see. I mean, I'll tell you what I like about this little SK wrench. It's got great action, and it is my favorite size. I love this quarter drive wrench size. Not wrench, but ratchet. But the selector on it just seems, if I were doing a high polish, beautiful tool for the American tool business, I would do a polished switch selector. I would probably try and do a tool release unless they say that's for babies. Then I would say that's gay. You don't need that. Real men keep their tools together. And then I would package it a little bit better. The thing is we're in the lifestyle purchase business and they're in the tool business. It's a slightly different thing, but I would think about packaging a little bit more. Got this set of tools from Craftsman, and it just came packaged so nicely. And then you read it's modern era Craftsman made in China, and you're like, fuck. Okay. So that's my first piece of rant. Then I did the tool on packaging. I've got some new hats coming. We have some new t-shirts coming. I hope you guys like. A lot going on. Billy, is there anybody else on with us right now? Do we have anybody else in the show? Did we have any fanboys that want to hop on live and have a little chit chat? Did you want to invite maybe like the first guy that is maybe got an interesting question, maybe wants to pop on his cell phone? he could pop in here and have a live face chat with me. I think that's pretty doable. All they would need to do is pop over with their phone number so that you could send them a link. Then they can jump in and go live with me, right? So if you guys want, in the comments section, you can tell Billy, who's producing this from behind the scenes, yeah, if you want to pop him a little comment with your phone number, he can text you a link and you can hop in with me and we can chat a little bit. So if you've got a germane knife or tool question or buying American question, and to finish my thought, we're not going all like xenophobic. You know, Jeff ordered something. It was a Bose speaker. It came in. It said, and he was like, I bought it. It just got here. And it was before this crazy American obsession. I always thought Bose was made in the U.S. It's made in Mexico. Now, Mexico, it may be a terrorist state, but they're our terrorist state. And it may be a failed nation, but it's failed partly because of us. And at least they're narco-capitalists. I'm kind of okay. Snap-on is not all made in the United States. Omega Pete. They are American, but not all their wrenches. I tell you, I know for a fact, Snap-on wrenches are not made in the United States anymore. Haven't been for quite some time. I actually saw a documentary on Snap-on wrenches being made in China. I'm going to fact check that in the background real quick, just so my old middle-aged brain isn't screwing me up. Hey, Jeff. Is Jeff in his office? Okay. All right, never mind. Somebody will fact check me on that, but I'm pretty sure, I'm almost positive, I'll bet my left nut that China is making Snap-on's wrenches. Disappointing. New York Times ran a piece today saying how there's very little difference between places that have done social distancing and not done social distancing in infectious rates when adjusted per capita and for race and for cities. Which basically means, and everyone's saying this and they're whispering it, they're arguing a red herring. They're arguing an unprovable point. See, we've saved you. Good thing you torpedoed the economy and unemployed at like 12, 20, however many million people. Good thing we had all these people get unemployed. You guys are great. You're the heroes, America. America, you're the heroes. Has anybody noticed the new level of cop out there? It's been driving me crazy. And here's the new level of cop. Not a police officer. The new cop is some dude who's on his first job working at an auto parts store, who's telling you got to stay behind the line. It's a new kind of cop. The new cop is a guy in his third week on the job at the lumberyard who yells at you that you have to step on the other side of the yellow line, which is out in the middle of this yard with nobody else there. That's the new cop. I said to the new cop yesterday, I said, hey, I'm spending $1,000. I'm going to stand here in the shade. I need you behind the line, sir. I go, you could say it nice or you can call the fucking cops. Like the real cops. I'm not moving. Get me my fucking wood. I'm such an asshole. I've had enough. I've officially had enough. Now, look, I'm not Anne Frank. I'm not hiding for 2 years. If Anne Frank would have been me, she wouldn't have ended up dead after all. She'd have killed some motherfuckers. You know, this isn't Nazi Germany. They're just trying to make it that way. They're power thirsty, power hungry, and they're scared to say whoops. Whoops. Angela, you had me at protest. You had me at protest. All right, that's it. That's all I had to say today. Cleaner tomorrow. It's just SK2 on. David Hat. Prick. I guess I'm a prick. Yeah, I'm a prick. But I'm a lovable prick. I just had it. You know what else? How about, all right, this is going to sound really bad, but how about fat girls that haven't been touched in a long time who get really worked up like you're touching them when you're inside their 6-foot zone? Like I had a gal that looked like maybe she ate her husband. Ah, guten Abend, Tor. Wie geht's? Wie geht es Ihnen? And she came off like I had just grabbed her up a little bit. And she goes, "Oh, you're so close." And I said, "You should be so lucky, honey." And of course, she got the face mask on and all this stuff. And I'm like, the coronavirus isn't going to kill you. It's the extra 200 pounds that's going to kill you. I mean, as if you didn't know that. Is that mean to me? You're right to worry about how my behavior affects your health starts when you aren't 200 pounds overweight. There's a dude the other day, he had fucking gloves on at the QT, rubber gloves. He comes walking out of the bathroom. Okay. I don't think he washed his hands because he had gloves on. And then he goes over to the hot dog area and he gets a hot dog. And he's holding his hot dog with his blue nitrile gloves and puts the thing on there and the ketchup and the mustard. Then he takes the hot dog, closes it up, and he's got his mask on. Takes his hot dog and his mask and he goes up and pays and a drink. He steps outside. Now, he touched everything, doorknob, handle, everything with his gloves. Got his gloves on. Takes his hot dog out with his gloves on, pulls his mask down, starts eating the hot dog, takes out a cigarette, lights up the fucking cigarette, and he stands out there by this receptacle, smoking a cigarette with his gloved hands on that he just took a dump with, didn't wash his hands, and walked out, ate his hot dog with the same gloved hands with his mask down. 28, skinny as a rail. Are you fucking kidding me? On YouTube comments. I'll chat with you, Greg. Want to know about backspacers. Knife cursed. So all you got to do, Billy is on here producing this. If you just give him your phone number, just put the phone number in the comment. You're going to have some homos call you up or text you, or they're going to send you dick pics. And then Billy can send you a little invite, and then you can hop on live with us. I'll hang out with you for a minute, okay? Knife cursed. I don't know who that is. Billy, are you in the background? Can you let me know if you're there?
I'm here.
Hey, is that what we need to do? Was I getting the correct gouge?
Yes.
I think that's a yes. All I see when his picture comes up is him smiling. Like this. All right. Well, I'm going to wait about on YouTube comments. I guess, Billy, I guess he'll be on YouTube comments. I don't even know how this works anymore. Like, we got to figure out how to interact with everybody. I don't like the interaction. I just see some occasional comments. I'm about ready to wrap it up. Billy, it's going to be on YouTube, okay?
I'm just waiting for him to give his phone number. He hasn't done it yet.
Oh, okay. Yes. The guy that wanted to get on a chat about backspacers, just throw your number up on YouTube for a minute, and then when you get contacted from Billy, you can pull the phone number down. I mean, there's only like 3 people watching. No big deal.
There's 80 people watching.
All right. So there's 80 people who may drunk dial you and ask for anal the next time they're boozing it up a little bit, which is probably tomorrow night. As long as you want to know about backspacers. I mean, that's inappropriate. I'm really sorry. Guys, I've been off the internet for like 8 months, so I'm feeling liberated. And I forgot that there are certain things you're not supposed to say online. But if I were gay, gays, I think gay's kind of fun. Like, not actually doing it, but I mean, the whole thing, gay is fun. It's kind of fun. The guys get to dress up and talk all sexy with each other. You know, real guys, we're too constrained. But those guys, fuck, man, good on them.
I could just post the link and see who joins, and I can decide whether they're legit or not.
There you go. Because we're not getting anything. And if we don't get action soon, I'm going to dig a hole, a gay hole here that I can't get out of. Sorry, I can't help myself. So back to the gays. You know, I don't see anything like negative about the gays. They're just fun. I don't have a problem with gays. I like gay people. I always want to ask them like technical stuff too. I had this friend I became close with, and I thought we were like had a bromance going on, and then it turned out he was gay, and I was like, oh. I was like, well, hey, how does this part work? And he's like, not talking about that, inappropriate. I was like, well, fuck, man. What's the point of being friends with a gay person if you can't ask him weird stuff? I'm like, all right, well, okay. And then he kind of unfriended me. Seemed like a perfect opportunity. Like if you met somebody who played, let's say you met an organist from Sistine Chapel, wouldn't you want to ask him about some of the behind-the-scene action at the I was going to say the Pentagon, at the Vatican? I would. I'm like, whoa, you're assistant to the Pope? Oh, tell me about the Pope, man. Was that crazy or what? If you become friends with a gay, you want to ask them stuff. Like, for instance, I tried this thing I heard. Hey, can you give me some advice? Nope. I said, not cool. All right, well, Billy, is the link up? Because this is turning into dead time, and if there's nobody here to poke fun of, rag on, or complain about, I'm just too happy to sit here.
The link's up, but no one's joined.
Link's up, but no one has joined. Now, one of you guys wants to get on and chat a little bit, huh? We're trying to try out some new technology. We think this stuff's fun. How about any of our crew, Billy? Is anybody from our shop internally available? Who's that?
This is Knife Cut.
Hey.
What's up there, Greg?
What's up, man?
Not too
What's
much.
going on?
Driving home from work.
Nice. Don't get in an accident.
I won't.
Okay. What's up, man?
Well, I wanted to ask you, why don't you do backspacers on any of your knives? I'd love to have like a Praetorian. I got a Praetorian that I carry every day, but I'd love to have a backspacer on it because sometimes stuff gets in there and damages the blade because it's so wide, you know?
Wow. All right, so I'm like 100,000 knives out to the public, and I've never, ever once even had that comment. All right.
Yeah, but I'm an idiot that puts a bunch of tools in my pocket, man.
All right, I'll tell you what. I'll think about it. I've never even,
right.
I've never even, you know, part of that knife when I put it together was the kind of open industrialness to it that you could kind of look in and see it from all over. So, and also dirt would fall in and out of both sides and, you know, wouldn't pocket anywhere. So I just kind of never changed from that original aesthetic, but I will take it on an advisement. You'll notice in my newer knives, let me show you something.
All right.
You'll notice in my newer knives, oh, I don't want to show you this one. No one's ever seen this knife before. I'll tell you what, I'll show you part of it. In my newer knives, the back's more solid.
Ah, dude, I like that.
And I have that now. I have that on a lot of stuff as I get a little more kind of broader market appeal beyond just like your crazy knife aficionado. Does that make any sense? All right, well,
yeah, that makes sense.
I appreciate you stopping in and saying hello. And why don't you go back to driving? And where are you from, man? Virginia. The fine state of Virginia. And
Virginia.
What's going on in Virginia? Them northern agitators messing up your fair city?
We're
I'm
agitated.
fucking agitated. I told the guy today,
We're
I
fucking
told the guy at
agitated.
an auto parts place behind a sheet of glass, I said, I'm about fucking done with all you guys telling me where I can stand. I can tell you that. I'm about done with that.
Dude, I'm sick as shit of wearing a mask around. I got to wear a mask into people's houses and shit.
Yeah.
Oh, man,
All right.
it's
Well,
driving me
listen,
nuts,
drive
dude.
safe. Thanks for stopping in, okay? All right. See you, man.
All right, take care.
Hey, that was our first live FaceTime call-in. Billy, what do you think? How'd that go? You can get on and talk.
That went well.
I think that was awesome. And did anybody else try and hop on, or is that it?
We had another guy, but he just left.
Well, damn, where'd that guy go? Maybe he had another backstrap question, the same question. First time in 10 years. Two guys call with the exact same question. All right. I think I'm going to sign off now. Billy, is there anything you want me to promote?
The website.
Guys, do not forget to go to knife.com. We got new stuff there, new ways of finding knife and selecting, all kinds of fun stuff going out. Look at this. Look at this shit. Look at the sophistication. You know, I was just a gomer in my garage smashing metal, and here we are. I have a producer now. Look at that, Billy. You get to be a producer. Greg Medford from Medford Knife, MKT USA, MedfordKnife.com, MedfordUniversity.com, MedfordKnife.com/live. We've got stuff going on all over the place, and I'm getting ready to do something crazy you guys are going to find all about. Don't forget, Blade Show, Plan B, June 5 and 6. June 5 is for Centurions only. So for you guys who want to be in on the stripper party we have a stripper party on Friday, June 5th. There will be girls wearing almost nothing just for Centurions to hop on and view while we go through and look at knives. We want to help these girls out because they were cut out of the rescue money, the PPP program. They were cut out of everything, and their shops have all been shut down. So I'm going to bounce now. You guys, I'm out.